3, 2, 1. Oh, it's the bottom part. Welcome to the season finale of In the Trench.
Hello, everybody.
Officially episode 15, season finale. Season 2 will begin October 1st. This is Nicole.
Hello. I'm usually behind the camera, so this is really weird.
She's behind the camera. She's the audio person. She is probably not supposed to be dangling her foot over the computer.
Sorry.
Probably not supposed to be dangling her foot over the computer. And we've been running this podcast together since episode 1, since before episode 1.
Yes.
And we've decided to take this season finale as us going through everything we learned, how we came up with the name, how we came up with even starting a podcast. And then the number one question everybody always asks me and Nicole is, how the fuck did you get these guests?
Yeah.
Half the people that came on our show were
pretty big
people. So, how did we start?
You've always wanted to have a podcast because you like talking about things and stuff. So one day you're on the phone with me and you're like, I was watching Joe Rogan, like you should watch it. I love him, like I want to be just like him. I was like, all right, calm down. And he's like, I really want to do a podcast. I was like, then why don't you do one? Like you're always saying things and like just like stick to them because you're always telling me to stick to things. So I was like, all right, then start one, let's get it going. So the very next day we went with Alliance Technology and we went to go buy microphones. We bought headsets.
Well, no.
What else?
No.
Oh, no. That's true.
Essentially what happened was I was at work. I had a job I really, really hated. And and I spent some time during my break listening to Joe Rogan. And I've listened to almost every episode of Joe Rogan. And I was listening to my favorite episode with Alex Jones, which is the best. Every time I tell someone to watch Joe Rogan, I say, start with the Alex Jones episodes. They're just too funny. And I called Nicole. I'm like, hey, listen, you need to watch this podcast. And she's like, you're always talking about starting one. Why don't you? And then realistically, Nicole was... we owe this podcast to Nicole.
Put a little crown over my head right here.
Little crown. If I remember in editing, I'll put a crown. And I got home and I was just thinking of the names. And it's funny, one of the first names we came up with was, or I came up with.
What did you come up with?
It was What the Fuck Is Up With.
Yes.
And then it was What the Fuck Is Up With Esteban. And then each episode would have been like, What the Fuck Is Up With, and then the topic of the episode.
Yeah.
So if we're talking about with Jack Horner, who was a paleontologist we just had on, it would have been What the Fuck Is Up With Chickenosaurus.
Yeah.
And,
something.
And that would have been the title of the episode. And I really liked that name until I got home. And I called Nikki and I'm like, this name's horrible. We got to think of a better name. So she came over and we just got on the computer and we went on website builders
It was a name generator.
Website name generators. And we couldn't find anything we liked. And then I don't know what it was. I was thinking of a topic for the first episode, and I love the Mariana Trench, Megalodon, all this stuff that we don't know. And the name Mariana Trench stood out to me, and I'm like, what about In the Trench?
I hated it.
She hated it at first.
I hated it.
But now?
Oh, I love it.
Now the name's awesome.
It stuck to me, yeah.
The name is...
I love it.
We love the name now, thank God. I thought it was great, because we're in the trench with Esteban, like we're diving deep into whatever it is that we're talking about, and yeah. I thought it was a great name.
Very creative.
And then I immediately hopped on Amazon Prime, and bought the cheapest mics we could possibly find, because I had no idea about audio. Still don't know much about audio. But we had these like lapel mics, and they're great if you hold it with your hand right here. But since we didn't do that, and our first episode was with 2 guests,
it was rough.
We decided to make them like stands. And if you do listen to our first episode, which I recommend you do not.
Oh, but it's fun.
The audio is rough, very rough. So immediately we talked to Alliance Technology, and they sponsored some mics for us. And we got 4 blue mics, 4 headsets. And for season 2, hopefully, we'll have an even more upgraded mic setup. Think so?
Maybe. We got an upgraded thing already.
So this is a little sneak peek into season 2.
It's an official
acrylic sign.
There you go, sign.
And it might get upgraded halfway through season 2, or maybe even before with some lights.
Okay.
Maybe. So that's pretty much how we came up with the name, how the podcast started.
Getting people was a different story.
Getting people was hard, but let's
I didn't think it was hard.
Well, you didn't get anybody.
I got one people.
She got one people. She got one people.
I got one person. And my friends too. My friends came.
Well, before we talk about how we got people, how was the whole setup of everything? Like how hard was it to get,
like, to connect mics and stuff?
All that. So I had Nikki, since I'm not gonna lie here, came up with the name, got the mics, I was getting the guests, I'm talking every episode, I'm editing it, I'm posting it, I figured out the podcast, how to get it on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube. I came up with the YouTube channel, I came up with the logo. So I'm like, Nicole, can you just be the audio engineer? I just need you to figure out how to use the mics. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
And I had her do it. So how was that experience for you?
So it took a lot of YouTubing, took a lot of Googling. I remember that I was at your house and I was like, I had everything set out in front of me. I was like, okay, all right, here we go. Like, we're going to do this. We're going to be fine. And it was like, I don't know, like 4:00 in the afternoon. And I was there till like 10 at night. I know for some people who know this shit, but like, you're an idiot. But yes, I was an idiot because I was like,
you had no idea how to link up multiple mics.
Yeah, I knew how to do one.
Source.
And then he gave me 3 other ones. He goes, okay, now do all of them. I go, are you serious right now? So I wanted to shout out a guy. He helped me a lot. He has a YouTube channel. We'll link his stuff down maybe, or I don't know. If I
remember to link his stuff.
Yes, but he helped me a lot because he literally had this microphone and like my Apple computer, because that's what I was using on my Mac. And he used GarageBand and all that. So I'm sitting there following the steps. And each time that I got it right and it was like working, it was like such a good feeling. Like, because it was something so new and like so weird to me that I never like imagined that I could like accomplish, that I was like really happy that I was able to.
She got it.
Yeah, I did get it. And he doesn't know anything. So he needs me now. He needs me for this audio.
I had one podcast that she was working with, the Jerry Summer podcast and Carl Rainey podcast. And she couldn't make it. So I was like struggling. I'm like, Nikki, I was FaceTiming Nicole. I was trying to figure out, how do I do this? How do I do this? What setting do I do? She's like, oh, you have to link this, you have to unlink that. And I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, but in the middle of work and he's calling me. I'm like, what? She
had it so down though that she was really easy. She guided me through it super quick. And we had a really good podcast with Carl and Jerry.
We did.
So, number one question we get asked, how the fuck did we get everybody? So, list of notable people. We love, by the way, every single guest, and we're super appreciative of each guest that came on. And the biggest question is, how did we get people on? So I'm gonna go through the biggest guests we had on, starting with our first guest, which not our first guest, but our first notable guest that I gotta say, she really is one of the coolest people we've ever met. For sure. And the fact that she did this, we were super grateful, and we had no idea that she would ever come on.
Oh my God, I don't even because most of you will know who it is, but I never seen this show. But I was still shaking when we were talking to her. Like,
as a kid, I was a huge fan of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
And I follow everybody. And I reached out to Cecily Chapman, who is Dog's daughter, and she was very prominent on the show. And I DM her. I shoot her a DM. I'm like, hey, Cecily, I'm a huge fan of yours. I'm a huge fan of your show. Like, we started a podcast. And at this point, we had like maybe 3 followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Nobody. And we had 2 episodes on, and the 2 episodes we had on were with my friends. So we didn't have anybody on the podcast. So we had nothing to support us or back us as to why she should come on this podcast. True. And she's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll come on. When do you guys want to do it? And I was, when I found out, dude, I was jumping for joy. I was like, no way she decided, because it's like a first big person. She's verified. She had 200,000 followers. And we're like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And she came on, and we were freaking out, and she was so nice, and she told us so many things. And again, I apologize during the video. I mispronounced her name. I said Cecily. Her name is pronounced Cecily. And her fans made sure to correct me. So again, but it was a great podcast. She gave us a lot of exclusives, and she will come back on in the future, which is super, super cool. So stay tuned for season 2.
Yes.
But she was awesome. She was super, super, super awesome. And I'm trying to fix, after her, we started getting more and more people. So I started just DMing whoever I could. And another prominent person we got on was Rima Rochelle, which is, for most of you guys know her as the Clover Girl. Many girls don't know who she is. Most guys know who she is. And when I told all my guy friends, they were flipping out. Again, one of those things. I just DM'd her and I said, hey, listen, it's kind of a meme. Like, would you come on? And she said yes, and we set it up. She came on, and it was awesome. She was super, super nice. She was funny as fuck. And even Nikki, who was at first skeptical of having her on,
No, I was just like, I mean, I don't know who she is.
And when you see her, you kind of get why dudes know her. But
she was super cool.
She was awesome.
And she was so funny.
She was really funny. We got some of the best clips off of her, which we haven't even posted yet.
Yeah, so she was funny.
We'll get to those clips. After Rima, one of my personal favorite episodes, they're all my favorite episodes, but one of my personal favorite episodes was the beast himself, Daniel Rajove, who makes Jay Cutler a 4-time or 8-time? Give me 1 second. I don't want to get this wrong. 4-time Mr. Olympia. He makes Jay Cutler look small. That's how big of a dude this man is. And I found him on TikTok because I saw this dude freaking strict pressing 440 pounds. Crazy. Which, if you don't know what that is, again, it's you're standing up straight and you lift the weight. For comparison, I can only do 150 pounds, and this man can do 440 pounds, which is absurd. And aside from that, he could bench 660, and he's on the road to becoming the lightest person to ever bench 700. I forgot the number he could deadlift, but it's crazy. And he could squat 800, and he put 900 on the bar, and he said it felt good. So, dude's an absolute machine. And having him, I was dumbfounded when he said yes.
I know.
And when he came on, he's like the nicest fucking guy I've ever met in my life.
He was like, thank you guys for your
he was super grateful.
Thank
he was like, thank you guys. And we're like, no way. And
it was crazy.
Even we still talk after. I send him all my PRs, my personal records in the gym. Like, I just recently bench pressed 275 pounds, and I DM it to him. He's like, bro, let's go, good job, let's get it. So nice. He's super supportive. He's the coolest guy. So again, Daniel Rajove, I think he just hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. Go check him out. Dude is a animal. Next very prominent figure that we got, like, these aren't in order. We have other people that we're going to get to, but was Zanzotics, a personal favorite of ours. Nikki got him.
My favorite. He's so cool.
He's the coolest dude. Like, we still talk. We're figuring out. We're actually going to be doing a collaboration soon, him and I, that I haven't told you about.
Is this what?
No, it's not. This actually happened because of that. But no, we're having a collaboration soon. I'm not going to tell you about the collaboration, but just stay tuned till the end. We have a little surprise for Nicole.
I'm the manager.
Yeah, we have a surprise for Nicole.
Okay.
It was cool talking conspiracies with him for an hour. It was a dream come true because I love talking conspiracies. He loves talking conspiracies. So we just went back and forth about freaking skinwalkers want to go. He had his own encounter with one, so hearing it was super creepy.
And he talks about that in our channel.
In our episode with him. He is episode 9. So go check that out. And nothing. He's definitely coming back on. We're going to have a lot more of him in the future. And after Zan, we had Aiden Mattis from TikTok as well. He is pretty huge. He has almost 600,000 followers on TikTok, and all of his stuff goes viral. And he came on, and we also dove super deep into conspiracies because that's what he is. He's all about folklore, and he's a really cool guy. We still talk back and forth every now and then. I think we'll definitely have him on again. He was super cool to talk to. He knows a lot.
Much.
Dude's a freaking...
So much. Starts talking about things I didn't even know about.
Dude is an atlas. He knows everything. And then we had, after him, Dimitri, who I hold to very high regards as the best tattoo artist in the world. And again, when he agreed, that was kind of crazy also for me. Super, super chill and relaxed dude.
Very.
And he pretty much told us he was too good for Ink Master.
Yeah.
Having him on was awesome, and I can see how he's too good for Ink Master. He's just dude's a tank. If you see his stuff again, Dimitri Trojan, Mr. Trojan on Instagram, it's dude's crazy. What do you think of when you saw him? Because when you see his picture, he looks like an animal, like insane.
Totally different.
He was so chill.
He was so put together. I'm like, you're not a tattoo artist.
He was so relaxed.
Like, you're not.
He was so relaxed.
Yeah, he was. The way he acted, I don't know. He totally different people. But very cool.
Second and last, like, prominent person we had was actually, I owe it to our gate guy at my neighborhood.
Very true.
Shout out to Devin. A Hollywood director moved into my neighborhood, and our gate guy knows about our podcast. We talk every time we pass by, and he was telling us, "Hey, look, this guy moved in. His name is Jerry. I would look him up. I'll talk to him for you to get him on the podcast." And I'm like, "Okay, there's no way he's gonna say yes or anything, but let's do it." So I DM him, and the next day he's at my house with his buddy Carl, who's a stand-up comic / also director, and he has worked with people like Tom Segura and Joey Diaz. So.
And I missed that one.
That's the one she missed.
I'm so upset.
That's the one she missed.
It couldn't have been one of our friends. I would have been okay with that.
That was so fun having them on. They're working on a movie called "IPossessed," so shout out to that. That stuff will definitely be linked down below. Crazy. They gave me some behind the scenes stuff that wasn't on camera, unfortunately, and I could personally tell you that their movie looks genuinely really, really good. And I was able to pitch them my own story, which is on the episode 10. And I put a story together that I'm a film student, so I was able to show them pretty much everything. And
the coolest story ever.
She really likes it.
I love it.
She helped me put it together also. But Carl was like, "Well, did you do this yourself? Like, is it for a project? Like, why'd you do this?" And I'm like, "It's a passion project, really." And they were in awe about it. And who knows? Maybe in the future, Hell's Creek coming to Netflix. Or HBO Max.
HBO Max. Netflix is big.
And lastly, but not last, my childhood hero, Jack Horner. World's most famous paleontologist. He wrote the book that the guy who wrote Jurassic Park based his book off of, if that makes any sense. So not Sam. Is it Sam Neill? I think it's Sam Neill. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park is based off of Jack Horner. Alan Grant's like the main guy from Jurassic Park. He was, again, everybody was my favorite podcast, but he was definitely my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Nikki's not huge into paleontology or any dinosaurs or stuff like that.
I think it's cool, but
when we heard that Jack was trying to create a dinosaur and how close he's getting.
Yeah.
So he has a lab, and he has like students and all this that are working day and night
every day
to create a dinosaur. So instead of finding blood in a mosquito caught in amber from 65 million years ago, he's genetically modifying a chicken to look like a dinosaur, hence the name Chickenosaurus. And according to Jack, he has figured out the head, the teeth, the mouth, the arms, the body. The only thing he's missing is the tail. Like, they haven't figured out how to get the tail on this chicken.
Really?
That's the only thing they haven't figured out.
That's crazy.
And as soon as they figure it out, we have a dinosaur again. And then from there, that's going to be like pretty much like the basis. And you can just mutate that Chickenosaurus into becoming big, scary, fast, look like a T-Rex, look like a Velociraptor, look like whatever you want it to look like. And then from then on, we're going to mutate turtles to look like the freaking... I can't think of the name of the dinosaur to save my life. The one with the hard shell with the ball attached to the tail. Who knows? We could mutate anything into a dinosaur. But the point is that in his head, he's going to create this Chickenosaurus, and it's going to become like a pet. Like, people could buy this pet. And I told him I'm going to be first in line to get one of these things because I want a Chickenosaurus running around.
No, you're not.
I'm going to name it Steve, and it's going to run around. Steve the Chickenosaurus.
Uh-huh.
So that's like the last prominent figure we had on, and holy crap, was Jack awesome. Everybody was awesome.
Everybody was awesome. Everybody was so nice, too.
Everybody was so nice, so down to earth. Everybody was super humble.
And the thing that, like I said, that made us confused, they were like, "Thank you for the opportunity."
Yeah, everybody was grateful to us. And we're like
literally in every video
on.
you see, they say, "Thank you so much for having me on." Like, "Thank you for the opportunity." I'm like,
What people don't understand is that we're still in the growing phase. Like we're still trying to like take
we're
off.
Like, thank you for
So anybody that comes on, anybody that comes on is helping us.
Of course, they're so nice. So we got really lucky. So hopefully for season 2, we get even luckier with other cool people.
I'm already talking to some people, so hopefully those people say something.
But like this thing, I'm the manager.
You are.
It says it on our business card.
Yes, we have a business card.
We have a business card that I made. But so like I should be involved in this stuff.
You should be.
Yeah.
And you are involved in this stuff.
How?
The people I'm talking to, you know who I'm talking to.
Okay. So who?
I can't say any names because they're not confirmed. So God forbid I say something and they don't come on, I'll look stupid. I'll remind you after.
Okay.
What was your favorite moment from the? Oh, also again, thank you too, because we got our not prominent, but our friends came on, and really thanks again to Nick and Alex, who were our first episode. Very rough episode. Very cool.
Very rough, but very cool.
Very cool episode.
I thought it was really cool.
Thank you to Karen and Jason. Also a very cool episode. That's my friends from the gym and lifelong friends. Fabian, real big thanks and shout out to Fabian.
Fabian was fantastic.
The way I even found Fabian was kind of crazy. I found him through somebody else who I wanted to get on the show that didn't come on, but they recommended Fabian because I wanted a marine biologist to talk about Megalodon. He came on and we talked. That episode what was he? Episode 4, I think he was. Let me see. Yeah, episode 4. Episode 4 is a good one. Really good one. One of my favorites, actually. Huge thanks to Andy.
Thank you.
He was awesome. He came over to my house, a good friend of ours. And dude's an up-and-coming music artist. We'll have his stuff linked down below as well. Go check him out. Dude's really, really cool. Huge thanks to Mauricio, my ex-jiu-jitsu coach. I say ex because I don't practice anymore.
He was very cool.
Yeah, he's really... Mauricio is awesome. And he's working on... He trains with UFC people. And he's on his way to become an MMA fighter in the UFC. And then huge thanks to Lewis, the international super spy, as I said.
Yeah.
Lewis and Kat. They were actually...
Oh my gosh.
Little Easter egg about Lewis and Kat. You guys don't know who Kat is. You might in a little bit, but you don't know who Lewis and Kat is.
What the fuck is going on?
You don't know who Lewis and Kat is.
Tell me what's happening.
No.
Come on.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Stay tuned till the end for a special surprise.
Huge thank you
to Lewis and Kat because they were actually our first episode that never aired.
Yes.
The only reason they never aired. It was a bad episode.
No, it was.
No, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but we had like a game show plan, and we were talking about a lot of stuff. We got a little too hot with our takes. Yeah. we threw some shots at people that probably we shouldn't have taken shots at,
and it was just too much to edit all of that out.
Yeah, so I had to blur. I had to like beep people's mouth. So you know what? I have the video. Maybe when we have 1 million followers, I'll release it. Who knows?
Say fuck it.
We'll say fuck it, and we'll just release it. But
and we had the little mics with them.
And we had the little mics, and so there was four people with the little mics.
Oh my god, it was a mess.
It sounded awful, but hey, they were our first guests unofficially that never aired. Lewis aired. Lewis episode 11.
We then did it with Lewis.
Lewis came on, and we talked movies with Lewis. It was a lot of fun. Kat unfortunately was in Utah, so by that time she had moved back to Utah.
Yes.
But stay tuned till the end for a special surprise.
You're so annoying.
So, what was your favorite?
Can it be the end?
No, it can't be the end. Oh, we're almost there.
Like, I'm getting my cup of coffee.
Not yet. Come on, just finish strong. You got this.
What
was your favorite moment?
What was your favorite moment? Because I have so many.
My favorite moment? Well, I can tell you my favorite moment.
Yeah.
Talking to Jack.
Oh.
Hands down favorite moment.
That was your favorite moment?
Probably,
I think Zan was my favorite.
Guest?
One of my favorite guests. Yeah, because he was just super cool. And
Zan was the coolest person.
The whole Wendigo experience when he was telling us, like he told it so well and so like good that I really felt like I was with him.
Nikki wasn't even in the camera, and she was like shaking, scared behind the camera. Yeah.
It was so. I swear to God, when Zan was telling us about the whole Wendigo experience, because it was nighttime here, because he was in LA, so it was like 3-hour difference.
Oh yeah, it was pretty creepy.
So we had to do it at 6.
And we were alone in the house.
And he's telling the stupid Wendigo story, and it's dark out, and I'm like sitting, there's like a window behind me, and I kept like looking back at the window. Creepy. Even though we live on the East Coast, like there's nothing here. I don't think.
And Dan's doing some really crazy stuff right now. If you guys want to go check him out on TikTok, that man's is not only, he doesn't only talk about the conspiracies, He goes to try to solve them.
Really?
So he's been in LA, going to some creepy places. Definitely go check his stuff out. And so Zan was your favorite episode for you?
Yeah, I think
or
so.
Your favorite guest?
He was. He was one of my favorite guests.
Well, I say Jack was my favorite guest because I'm a dinosaur nerd till I die.
Yeah.
And having somebody who is like buddy with Steven Spielberg and was the head guy on Jurassic Park 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 was blew my mind. But favorite person I talked to, like had a good conversation with back and forth, probably Jerry and Carl.
Yeah, I believe
I had a super cool conversation with Jerry and Carl.
Yeah.
Like the way they talked to me about movies, we went back and forth about the whole business, and they were just super cool people. But honestly, it's hard to say they were like my favorite just because I had such a good time with all of them.
Yeah.
They were also fun. Talking to Lewis was fucking fun
so
as
funny.
shit. Talking to Andy about Yu-Gi-Oh! And we exchanged Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards.
Yeah, that was super cool. But I think like Cecily and Rima.
My problem with Cecily and Rima was that I was like starstruck a little bit.
Yeah.
Not so much with Rima, although I was with Rima, but with Cecily, I was like, shit, it's fucking Dog the Bounty Hunter's daughter. I was like,
I know.
I was a little starstruck. So I don't think I enjoyed myself as much as I could have.
I know.
Because I was just so worried of like, I can't
and
say
with
anything
Cecily,
wrong.
he's like, Nicole, you have to be on the camera with me.
Oh yeah, I
was like, Cecily. Why? I don't want to be on camera. He's like, no, you have to be.
If you look at that video, Nicole's red as a tomato.
I'm red. I'm like this the whole time. Because I'm like, my mouth is shaking. Because like I never watched the show, but she was just so big, like, and she was our first big one.
She was her first big one, yeah.
So I was like, bro, like if I mess this up or if I say something stupid, it's over for us.
You know, I think that the reason we got some of the other guests is because he looks back at our track record and saw Cecily and think, okay, they got this big motherfucker
I think
on,
so too. Yeah, she was great. She really like opened up paths for us.
Do you remember any like specific story from any of the guests that we have that like stuck with you?
I remember like Rima, how she got famous because she was like on Reddit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like she started getting famous on Reddit after like that one commercial she did with Clover, and like.
That's how she took off.
What?
That's how she like.
That's how she took off. Yeah. And like all her friends were like, "Yo, like you're trending on Reddit and shit like that," and like about how people were sending her death threats because like she was like popping up as their ads and stuff. I made a clip off of that, so that was a really funny clip. I remember Cecily saying, what is it in Hawaii, how everything's like closed or something like that. She was like telling us a story about
COVID.
That. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember a story with Cecily telling us about like the scariest encounter she had with somebody that pulled a gun out of her, and that was pretty creepy. Definitely the Zan Wendigo experience stuck with me.
Yeah, definitely.
Aiden's story really stuck with me. Aiden talking about the underground cave systems in the national parks.
Okay.
That shit stuck with me.
Really?
Yeah. So, any messages for season 2?
Any messages?
Yeah.
Like,
any hopes and dreams? Like, what do you hope? Is there like a dream guest? Who's your dream guest?
My dream guest?
I can guess your dream guest.
Can you really?
Yeah, I can guess.
What do you think?
The Weeknd. I think he'd be.
I don't think we would. Okay, I'm not gonna say I don't think we would ever because you can't think like that. If we ever get the Weeknd done, I will fly out just to like.
Oh, 100%. We're
like,
flying wherever he is.
No. Like,
if he agrees,
wait,
we'll go
the
wherever
Weeknd,
he
if
is.
you're watching this, just know that I love you and that if you can please come on our podcasts. I don't know what I would do. I think I would like drop out of work, like quit.
Nice.
Because I wouldn't be able to get over that. I don't think I would.
My dream guest
is LeBron James.
Number 1 dream guest is Zack Snyder.
Really?
My number 1. I would rather meet Zack Snyder than LeBron James.
I've never.
That's just how highly I hold Zack Snyder.
I actually DM'd LeBron James.
Nikki and I DM'd LeBron.
And he thought that's so cute. He's like, Nicole, I don't think even LeBron James uses his own Instagram.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But LeBron James, if you're watching this, check my DM.
LeBron is definitely number 2, and like really, he's number 1. Like LeBron, it'd be such a bad podcast because I'd be like,
I know.
I love you. Like I don't know. With Zack Snyder, I think I'd also be like that, but I would force myself to talk to him because I have so
many questions.
Oh my god, Zack Snyder is my dream podcast.
Yeah.
Guest.
Even with them, like I would still like be nervous, like for you. Sorry.
And other than Zack Snyder and LeBron James, Joe Rogan. 100% Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Fuck
for
yeah.
Sure.
Fuck
or
yeah.
Alex Jones.
No.
You know Alex Jones? He's a little too crazy.
I love Alex Jones, but I wouldn't be able to hold the conversation.
You would not.
Hell no.
You would not.
He would go off, and I just wouldn't be able to follow.
You think?
100%. No, because with Alex Jones, he starts talking about like
No,
COVID, and then it'll turn into human pig hybrids and
And
underground
then the
labs
Sandy
in
Hook.
Russia, and then Sandy Hook being a lie. Like he didn't say it's a lie, but
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
cleared up.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah, he's crazy.
I don't
the
think I'd be able
podcast
to
you
hold
sent
it.
me.
But if I had him and Joe on at the same time, fuck yes.
Really?
Hell yeah.
You get both of them?
Anyway,
Have you
Dream,
tried?
I'm not gonna waste my time. Not yet. When we get to 100,000
I'll waste
followers,
my
when we get to 100,000 followers on YouTube,
Then we'll shoot our shot.
yeah, we'll shoot our shot.
Okay. That'll be very soon.
So
In season 2.
that is our guests, our hopes and dreams for guests. We have a lot of fun stuff in the works for season 2.
Oh, I have another dream.
Who?
Not a person. We'll have better setups.
That's a good dream. That's a big dream for me too.
Yeah.
So, number one thing coming in the future is
Oh, I have one more.
oh my god,
A better ring light.
better ring light.
That's on you though.
In September,
For you to get
we
me a
are
ring
gonna be
light.
offline. Can I?
Go ahead.
We're gonna be offline in September, in terms of new episodes. But what you can expect from us is you're gonna have posts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, either clips or just
Who said
reminders. Nikki's posting them.
Hmm.
Or reminders to go watch other episodes. We're gonna have clips, episodes, funny stuff, funny memes from our podcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then we're gonna start back strong on October 1st with episode 1. That is true. Doesn't matter. It'll still go live.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
October 1st, season 2, episode 1.
Starts.
Be there, be square. Same time as always,
Don't be
7:30 in the
lame.
morning. Don't be lame.
Like, comment, share.
Make sure to
subscribe.
like, comment, and share. And number one thing, please, other than following and subscribes, just share us. Send them
Yeah.
to your friends, family, whoever you got. And now, without further ado, I have a little surprise for Nicole.
I've been waiting for this like all week.
All I want you to say to the camera.
Zan almost ruined it, by the way.
Zan almost ruined the surprise, but all I want you to do is stare at the camera and say with me at the same time. Got it?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench. Now roll the surprise.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jerry Summer. I want you to stay tuned for season 2 of In the
No
Trench.
way.
Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench.
Get ready for season 2 of In the Trench.
Hey guys, Mauricio here. Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench. Oos.
Stay tuned for season 2
No
in the
way.
Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trenches. We're gonna watch it.
What's up, guys? Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench.
Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench.
Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trenches with Esteban.
Stay tuned for season 2.
Stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench.
Hey! Didn't see you there. Let me take a seat. Are you also here waiting for season 2 of In the Trench with Esteban? Well, my friend, wait no longer because it's on its way and it's bigger and better than the first season. And I know what you're thinking. How can it get even better than the first season? Well, it does. And you're just gonna have to wait till it comes out to see it for yourself. So, stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench with Esteban, if you dare.
I started crying.
I know.
That is so freaking. Oh, look, my makeup's going.
And Cecily really wants to apologize that she couldn't send her video just because she's in the middle of moving and she wasn't able to get her video out to us.
Don't even worry.
But
She's kidding.
she wants you guys to stay tuned for season 2 of In the Trench. That's all you need to know. Same thing
Wow,
with Aiden.
that's
He was
so
really busy.
awesome.
But really appreciate every single guest that sent in their video. It was a
That
surprise that I was building up for
awesome.
Nikki.
Oh my god. That was so
That was
awesome.
cool, right?
Oh my god. That was the coolest thing ever.
Awesome.
That was my favorite moment of season 1.
perfect.
That's it. That was the coolest thing ever. Now my makeup's ruined, so we're gonna have to end it.
Stay tuned.
Okay. Stay tuned
And we'll see you guys in
for season 2.
a month.
A month?
About a month. We'll see you guys in about a
Yeah,
month.
in about a month.
In about a month.
Yeah. But you'll see us on Instagram.
See you guys on Instagram.
Bye guys.
Bye.